Oh, and thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I am Thomas Metal 75, and this is your Massachusetts Beer Review. And if you don't know what the heck this video, the title of the video means, you're in luck. I don't either. So we're going to look at it together. It's a beer from the town of Monza, Italy. It is the Bierra Del Convento Carrobiolo, if I'm pronouncing that right. This is their OG 111, or 1111, I guess. Something like that. It was $5.99 at the Julio's Liquors, again, that's in Westboro, Mass, over by where I work. It's in a 11.2 ounce fluid bottle, and it's 12.2 friggin', or 12.5 friggin' alcohol by volume, percent-wise. 75 IBUs. This is supposed to be between 57 and 60 degrees. It's slow. It's a little bit cooler than that. I put it in the refrigerator. I like cold beer, but I do also like good ales that are warmer. And speaking of warmer, this is being considered a winter warmer, and we just had over a foot of snow in southeastern Massachusetts, so winter warming beer sounds about right. I think it's in the teens, in the Fahrenheit degrees right now. I'm going to have it with some leftover prime rib and rice, and I have some horseradish aioli on it. Alright. This beer is not on Beer Advocate. The company is not on Beer Advocate. So the Carrobiolo beers, the Bierra del Carrobiolo, if I'm even pronouncing that right, are made by the Fermentium people in Monza, Italy. What can I tell you? It's on Untapped, and as of right now, it's getting a 3.91 out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's at 465 reviews. And on the Rate Beer website, they're listing it as a smoked beer. By the way, it is getting a 97 overall and a 98 in the style. And it's estimated at 13 on this website at 390 calories. It's a winter beer, sure. I'm going to put it as it being a winter warmer and a bigger style beer. My oversized snifter glass from Shipyard, one of my favorite, if not my favorite glass. And this one was brewed 2013. So this is going to be an interesting look at a beer here that I've got no information on, and I don't know if it's going to be on the, as it being a winter warmer, I'm not sure if it's going to be on the spicier side with some more winter type spices, or if this is going to be straight up sweet and malty with the alcohol warmth that you're going to expect from a winter warmer. So we're going to find out. Hopefully it's on the not so spiced side. And let's see how tightly the cap is on this. Wow. It's a pretty tight cap, guy. Holy moly. Holy moly, guys. Woo! It's got quite the lip on it. It's almost like a bottle of beer that would have had a cork and cage on it. But here's the Bierra del Convento Carrobiolo crown. That's kind of cool, yeah. Save that for a buddy of mine. And, ooh, wow, it smells big and bold and malty. This is the first, and I'm going to assume this is unfiltered. It looks that way already. I'm just going to pour just a little, not the whole thing. I'm going to assume that I haven't had craft beer from Italy before, so this is going to be my first introduction into the craft beer in Italy. Don't even know if we get any of their other beers from this Bierra del Carrobiolo. in the United States. I just happened to find this one on the clearance rack and said, why the hell not? And by the way, apparently Italy is becoming quite a craft beer. Craft beer is becoming quite a thing in Italy as of the last year, so it'll be interesting to see if we get some good Italian beers coming our way in the United States. But here's what you get. You get big alcohol lacing or sticky legs to it. Not much of a head even as I swirl it. It's just got a really dark brownish purplish, slightly reddish tinges, ruby red tinges. And I'm thinking that there is some sediment in this glass too. And it's just got that typical look almost of a barley wine to a certain extent. So let's get a nose. And again, the head's not that large. It's just fine and tan, small. So let's get a nose on the OG 1111. Ooh, I can see why somebody on Rate Beer wanted to call this a smoked beer. Yeah. Definitely has the smoky malts. Definitely very smoky and peaty, almost like a Scotch whiskey. A single malt Scotch whiskey. Almost like Lagavulin. And that's the predominant nose there. There are some sweet undertones, obviously. Not hugely spiced, which is nice, but you can get light nutmeg kind of notes and coriander clove. Dark fruits, dark malts, but most of what you're getting is the smoked peaty notes to the malt. And I mean, it smells clean. It doesn't smell dirty or anything. It has a nice yeasty component. So, very complex nose, I'll tell you that right now. So let's get a taste of the Bierra del Convento Carrobiolo OG 1111. Either it's a winter warmer or it's a smoked beer, depending on how you look at it. Cheers. Ooh. Ooh, that's a very dry, smoked, woodsy, peaty kind of a flavor to that. Definitely has the Scotch whiskey element very well presented. It's not a huge... It's not a huge hot heat when you drink it. But you can definitely tell after you swallow the beer in a number of seconds that it definitely is warming in its alcohol percentage at 12.5. There's like a alcohol-soaked plum and raisin and kind of a darker fruited note to it. As Jay Theriault from Louisiana Beer Reviews would say in some barley wines or American strong ales, it almost has a turned fruit kind of a sensation about it, or a taste to it. I would actually have to say that the mouthfeel is on the high side of medium, just bordering a full-bodied beer. But if somebody described it as a full-bodied beer, I wouldn't disagree with their assessment on the beer. Again, the big predominant flavor here is a smoky, peaty Scotch whiskey, bourbon-aged barrel oak kind of a note to it. It's very interesting with some of those smoked malts to it. There is a molasses type sugariness to it. There is a deep, dark malt complexion to it. I'm glad it's not overly spiced, but you can get a nutmeg and a clove and a coriander kind of a taste, but it's nothing like a wit beer, obviously. I don't know really what else to say about this beer. It's an extremely... I want to say it's an extremely dry finishing beer. You get some of that viscosity and a little bit of the heft from the alcohol. There's a little bit of an oily complexion about the beer. It is pretty crisp without it being too over-the-top carbonated. It does help to cleanse the palate a little bit here. And it is alright with the steak. It may be just slight, or the prime rib, whatever you want to call it. It is good. It could just be a slight bit overly... the body could just be a little bit heavier than I would want for this, but it's not that bad with this. But what would I rate this? Bierra del Convento Carrobiolo OG 1111. I think if you find this in the wintertime, or even in the fall time when they're starting to put beers out like this, for some reason, if you see a beer that looks like it's on fire, which maybe is kind of how it gets it smoked, kind of a beer style. If you ever see this beer on fire with all this stuff written in Italian from Carrobiolo, from the Fermentum people in Monza, Italy. Buy it. It's pretty good. It's definitely a great beer from Italy. It's definitely a great change of pace for sure. If you like Scotch whiskeys, you like peaty, smoky whiskeys, this is definitely one to try, and I'm gonna just simply give it a straight up A for what this thing is. I don't want it all the time, but when I'm looking for those bigger notes and I'm in the mood for a whiskey and a beer, might as well just drink this one. So yeah, it's pretty good. $5.99. That was a great price, and it's definitely held up since 2013. So that has been the Bierra del Convento Carrobiolo re-fermented, brewed in 2013 winter warmer or smoked beer or whatever you want to call it. Good stuff, Italy. Till next time, keep tasting these great beers. Cheers. See you soon.